Hi everyone, this is the Oral Microbiota Lab. In this lab, you are supposed to take a sample like from your oral cavity from your mouth and put it on a slide and then do a gram stain to look at what type of bacteria are found in your oral cavity. And as you can envision, you would see many different types of bacteria. So here's a slide from someone's oral cavity and there's some cheek cells there and there's many different types of bacteria. So we see a lot of normal flora in our oral cavity called the oral microbiota. And these are the bacteria that are normally always found in your oral cavity. They colonize different parts of your oral cavity, your teeth, gums, tongue, cheeks, salivary glands. And here we see many different types of bacteria because the environment is very diverse, as you can imagine. So in the mouth, it's warm, it's moist, there's a lot of nutrients going in and out, and there's different oxygen environments. So bacteria, remember we learned how some bacteria are aerobic, some are anaerobic, some are facultative anaerobes, some like high acid environments, some like low acid environments. So with the mouth, it's so diverse depending on whether you're looking at like the front of the mouth or the back of the mouth. So we see so many different types of bacteria, but the most common oral bacteria we see is streptococci, and there's many different types, but this is the most common bacteria we see. So there's all different types of bacteria. There's rods, there's coccus, there's gram positive, there's gram negative. Everything you can envision is in the mouth. And if you look at different areas of the mouth, you'll see more bacteria colonizing some areas more than other areas. So for example, if you're an aerobic bacteria, you're going to see it more in the front of the oral cavity, whereas if you're an anaerobic bacterium and you don't like oxygen, you're going to colonize the deep cuts or between teeth. So bacteria are firmly attached in the oral cavity, and because they are attached to your teeth, for example, they resist removal by abrasive actions of the teeth, tongue, and food. So you need to get your teeth clean, you need to brush your teeth, and because the main reason that you can get rid of bacteria is by sloughing them off, because sloughing off your mucosa to get rid of the bacteria that's stuck there. So teeth harbor a lot of bacteria, and we can have plaque on teeth, which all of you have heard of on plaque about plaque with toothpaste and different methods and mouthwashes that claim to help with plaque. Plaque is bacterial biofilm. So now that you guys are taking a microbiology class, I want everyone to leave class knowing that that is the definition of plaque. It's a community of bacteria, which we call a bacterial biofilm. So inside of a plaque, because it's a community of bacteria, there's billions of bacterial species, mostly streptococcus, especially in the pits and the little corners of your teeth. So here is a healthy tooth. Here's a plaque. Again, the definition of a plaque is a bacterial biofilm or community of bacteria. And remember, this is not a good thing when you start getting a lot of bacteria in one area. We're going to learn about it later. It's not the bacteria that's bad, it's what they make that's bad. So one byproduct of bacterial metabolism is acid, and this is the thing that's bad. So plaque, because it's a lot of bacteria, bacterial biofilm, it resists penetration of saliva. And remember, your saliva contains important enzymes such as lysozyme and other antimicrobial factors. So despite having all these great antimicrobial components of our saliva, it doesn't help with plaque. So plaque is responsible for cavities, which we call dental caries, and periodontal disease or periodontitis, which is gum inflammation. The buildup of these bacterial biofilms creates a lot of byproducts of the bacterial metabolism, which wear off teeth. So in this lab, what you were supposed to do is you were supposed to take a slide and put a drop of water on it, and then take a sample from different areas of your teeth. So from just like from a tooth surface, scraping it off really well. And then from like the area between the teeth and the gums. And then here you were supposed to do 2 slides, do a gram stain, and then look at it. And as you can envision, everyone's sample is going to look different. If you take different teeth, it's going to look different. But the take-home message from this is when we look at the oral microbiota from everyone, we're going to see a diverse bacterial community. We're going to see so many different bacteria, and if you look at the inside of your teeth, so the area where your teeth meet your gums, you scrape it there, it might look a little different than the surface of a tooth. And as you can envision, maybe some aerobic bacteria will colonize an aerobic area, and then anaerobic bacteria will colonize a more anaerobic area. So here are clusters of cheek cells, and we see both gram-positive and gram-negative cells. Same here, same here, same here. And remember, I told you the most common oral microbiota bacteria is Streptococcus. So strepto means chain, coccus means circle. So you're going to see a lot of these chains of circles. And so the objectives of this lab is to know the most common oral bacteria, which is Streptococcus. What is oral microbiota and what do they colonize? So oral microbiota are the bacteria that are on your teeth, and they colonize many different areas, like all of different areas in your oral cavity, depending on the bacteria. What is plaque? Plaque is specifically a bacterial biofilm. And what disease does it cause? It cause dental caries, which are cavities, or periodontal disease. When we say periodontal, we mean gums. And I'll teach you guys all about it in the digestive system lecture when I get to that. Oral microbiota under the microscope, you see a lot of cheek cells. When you see not a pure culture, these are definitely not a pure culture. A pure culture means one type of bacteria. So when you see all different types of bacteria, you see these big purple stained cells, cheek cells, you know that it's oral microbiota. And know that bacteria are numerous and diverse in the mouth. So I hope that this helps the people who plan on going into dentistry or anything to do with the dental field.